have Jonathan here today, I think I'm just going to stay in the vein of credit. Okay. So we're going to talk about credit for the next few minutes before we sign off, and then I'll tell you guys about some things that are coming down the pipe. We're going to have some of my past clients join us and talk about some, give you some testimonials to let you know how it is, what will my experience be working with Shalonda Nicole. A lot of hand holding, a lot of fussing, praying, and all of that. So let's talk about personal credit just a little bit. You cannot talk about home ownership without talking about credit. Right. Because if you are not credit worthy, you can't purchase a home. Right. So when we think about credit, I like to refer to it as your adult report card. Okay? Your adult report card. Because your adult report card tells us what is the likelihood that you're going to pay us back if we were to loan you some money.
Absolutely.
So if someone were looking to increase their credit score today, Jonathan, can you give them 3 things that they could do today to move the needle on where they are with their credit? And whatever you don't say, I'll add 3 more items to that list.
Okay, cool. That's a challenge. All right, so
go then.
Yeah. Okay. So first and foremost, working with a lot of clients, one of the things that I see that a lot of folks struggle with is high utilization. Okay. So utilization, this is the amount of your balances or loans or credit cards that you're actually using that you allow to report from month to month. Now, if you go on some of these apps and these boards, they'll say, oh, if you're at 30%, you're good to go. Well, 30% doesn't actually improve your score, and banks still make a lot of money off of you. The place that you want to be, the sweet spot is around 10% or less of your utilization. That's what you want to have report minimally in order for you want to see your scores improve or grow. So I would say we definitely have to attack the utilization and pay down those debts. Now, if you aren't in position to necessarily pay down the debts right away, you can ask for credit limit increases. This improves your open to buy amount, okay, which will improve your utilization without you necessarily having to put more money out of pocket, which we want you to put that money out because you're paying roughly 30% of interest right now anyway. I don't know if you guys noticed, but since the pandemic has happened, behind the scenes, when you open up those credit cards, they give you a range of the amount of interest that they can charge you for those cards. You probably started a card and they probably told you about 15 to 24% or 15 to 30%. Now, if you look at it, it's closer to that high end of like 30% interest that you're paying. So you probably feel like you can't get out of debt because you're paying a lot of interest month to month. So, wow, what else? And then if you have collections, right? Some of those things on your credit report. If you haven't tried credit repair yet, or I don't know where you guys are on your journey, but if you do have collections and they've reached out to you, okay, and I would ask them if they will be willing to do a pay for delete. Now, I'm not saying we're admitting to anything that's yours or anything like that, but if it's on your report and you're trying to get it off quickly to get a house and you want to look good with that pre-approval, if that collector is willing to do a pay for delete, I would recommend in that case you go ahead and do that so that way it's off your report so you can go ahead and get into your home. And then I'm going to stop right there because
Yeah, because once we say one thing, it just goes
I'm sorry.
on to
Yeah,
the next,
my bad.
to the next. But no, that, you know what you're talking about. So what I'll do is, these are my couple tips. So if you're looking to increase your credit score today, clean up your personal information. Clean up your personal information. Shalonda, what is my personal information? Your name, your address. So we don't want any previous addresses. Get rid of all your previous addresses, especially if you're going through the credit repair process or you're trying to repair your credit on your own. Get rid of all of your old addresses. Have one address reflecting. Have one employer showing. I have removed my mobile number from my credit report because I don't want it on there. Okay, so you can do that. And also, so your name, address, and previous employers, you want to get rid of all of those things that make sure that everything is current. And why is that? Because when you're going through a dispute process, say if an old debt is tied to a previous address, it makes it more difficult for them to validate the debt.
Absolutely.
Right? So you want to remove those old addresses. You want to make sure it only has your current employer. And if you want your phone number reflected, at least make sure that it has the proper address reflecting. One day we're going to come in here and just go crazy talking about credit. Yeah. So I'll give you one more thing. So this is not a tip to increase, but this is about credit monitoring. So please stop using Credit Karma.
Yeah.
If you use Credit Karma is what you call your Vantage scores, right? Mm-hmm. And I always like to say that the Vantage score has no advantage for the consumer, okay? So remember that. Vantage has no advantage to the consumer, okay? Because why doesn't it have an advantage? What's the problem? It's my score. Well, your Vantage score, unfortunately, is called your educational score. I don't know what we're getting educated on because everybody in the marketplace, from the auto dealerships to the mortgage company, is going to use what is called your FICO score. So if only thing you can use Credit Karma for is when something enters your report and exits the report. But why do that when you got Experian that you have right on your phone? Mm-hmm. You can use your Experian app. It'll let you know when something comes and when something goes. And if you're real serious, you'll pay for a FICO subscription.
Right.
Okay, if you really want to track, so it's $19.95 or $29.95 is the lowest monthly subscription they have. However, you will have your FICO score, auto score, your FICO credit card score, and most importantly, your FICO mortgage score. Okay? So we want you to do that today. Stop using Credit Karma. Go ahead and download that FICO app. Well, you guys, listen, we just got on here, and do you know it is almost time to get out of here, Jonathan? Yeah. So we're just going to go back and tell the people again, about where to get the ticket. Remind them about the brunch. I'm going to give my little wrap up, and until next Thursday, then we'll see you again. But tell them how they can grab a ticket and that we want to see them Saturday.
All right. So as she mentioned, we want to see you guys in the place Saturday. Okay. We're making history. Black-owned steakhouse. First one in Indiana, to my knowledge. You can fact check me. But we're making history, right? And we're talking about how to get to the bag for your business. I'm literally giving you guys a roadmap on how to get $250,000 for your business. And no matter if you're an established business owner or you're thinking about starting a business, I have different lending options and different funds or different things that we can apply for to help you in your particular industry and situation. And not only that, if you do have bad credit.
Quick announcement, Jonathan.
I'm sorry. Okay, let me wrap it. We got 5. Okay, all right. She on me. Okay, so go to Eventbrite and type in business credit and brunch. Okay. You'll see the flyer there. It's orange. September 23rd, this Saturday. That's how you can purchase your ticket. In-person tickets are $75, but we're doing $25 off with the promo code Jackie. And I can't wait to see y'all in class.
That's the end. Exit. I'm going to send the Sandman out.
Oh, yeah, I know. I was getting ready. See, you can't. I'll be ready to go.
I love it, too. But I want to leave you guys with a couple of announcements about some